$150. That's all Samsung is asking for this new device. Guys, Samsung has used something that is questionable and at the same time pretty great. Do you want to know what's that? Here we go. The Samsung Galaxy A07 right here. This is the newest budget phone right here. Have been making a lot of noise everywhere. Maybe the noise has already reached your area, maybe not, but trust me, people are talking. Some people love it, some don't, and that's perfectly normal because we all vibe to tech differently. But here's the deal. Samsung think they have cracked the budget code with the new Samsung Galaxy A07, offering a cheap price, clean design, big battery, and promise of updates until you probably change your job twice. All for much? $150. That's crazy. Wait, I know it sounds too good to be true, and that brings us to our question. Does the Samsung Galaxy A07 actually delivers in daily life, or is it just all marketing sugar to pull us in? Let's slow down, relax, and find out together. I wanted to start off with the design, but the unboxing experience is actually different this time. We're literally getting a charging brick and a TPU case for this unit. Yeah, you heard me. But the funny thing is that it does not come inside the box. It comes in a separate unit entirely. But who cares? As long as we're going to save extra money for getting those. Meanwhile, in the box, we have got the Type-C to C charging cable, owner's guard, and lastly, the pretty device itself. The A07 design actually surprised me. For a phone this cheap, I was expecting that thick, plasticky brick feeling. Instead, it's slim at 7.6mm, light at 184 grams, and it has this fiber reinforced polyethylene body that feels more like a mid-range quality. And I would say this is a really good feel coming from the A06 from last year. And yeah, we have got IP54 dust and splash resistance. Think about it like an insurance for clumsy moments, like light rain, kitchen splashes, or even that your cousin has wet palm holding your phone. You won't shake. For most budget phones, the protection is kinda zero. But Samsung is basically saying, yeah, we know life happens, so we've got you. How romantic. This design might not be more of a screamer, but it still looks and feels really nice. All the ports are still located beneath, with the volume rocker keys and the power button still on the right hand side. Talking about the volume keys, we've got a mono speaker on this device, so stop increasing the volume because that's the loudest it can sound. Infinix, and all of them will be shouting. My phone has 4GB of RAM plus 8GB of virtual RAM, and you could appear like saying that better thing. Calm down. So for a Samsung device at this price, I would say that the build quality and the design is complementary. Up front, we're looking at a 6.7-inch HD Plus LCD panel running at 90Hz refresh rate. Now, is it the sharpest screen out there? Nope, it's not even Full HD. So if you zoom in into text or watch 1080p content, you might notice it isn't really that sharp. But here's the thing, the refresh rate matters more in real life than raw resolution. What do I mean? That 90Hz smoothness makes a world of difference. Scrolling to TikTok, Instagram Reels, or even navigating through menu feels more smooth and modern compared to the stiff, old school 60Hz you find on most other budget phones. 90Hz is kind of an upgrade that you think you do not need until you use it. Then suddenly 60Hz feels like torment. Brightness is decent as well on this device. Outdoor is perfect unless you're standing under harsh direct sunlight, then you wish they push the brightness a little bit more. For colors, it leans naturally, not overly saturated like other panels, which honestly makes watching of YouTube videos or Netflix more comfortable for long seasons. And guys, here is where Samsung pushes a little bit more. The touch response, it just feels better tuned. Even though the resolution is the same ballpark as the Redmi 15C or Infinix Smart 10, the smoother animations and the better optimization make the A07 display feels like it belongs to a slightly more expensive phone. It's not perfect, but for its price, this is one of those things that makes the A07 feels less budget trap and more like a smart buy. Now, this is also part of the noise that has been going around. The processor. Under the hood, you've got the MediaTek Helio G99, a 6nm chip that has been powering solid mid-range phones for a while. And let me tell you, it's reliable. This device is paired with 4GB of RAM plus virtual expansion and 128GB of internal storage with micro SD card support, up to 2TB. And this thing isn't just for today, it's built to last. Daily use, smooth. Social media plus messaging, easy. Gaming, it can push PUBG Lite, Free Fire, Asphalt, even Genshin at low graphic settings without frustration. Compared to rivals like the Realme C64 or the Tecno Spark 40, the A07 doesn't always win on raw benchmarks, but Samsung One UI optimization makes it feel more snappy in real life. And I'll tell you for a fact that this is the kind of phone that you just forget about the lack and just get the stuff done. For software, now this is where the Galaxy A07 just killed the competition. It runs on Android 15 with One UI 7.0. And Samsung promises 6 major OS upgrades plus 6 years of security patch. To put that into perspective, most budget phones barely give you 1 year of updates, maybe 2 if you're lucky. But with this, your 100k phone is going to stay updated till 2031. Bruh, by then your current laptop might have retired, but this phone will still be running fresh software. Now lie. Samsung, how is that even possible? How can Android 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 run on this device? Because that is part of OS updates to my understanding. Apps get bigger in size and the processor on here is not that powerful to keep it running. For security updates, I can understand to some points, but for the OS updates, I'll disagree until being proven otherwise. 2 years, 3 years, it's fair, but 6 years, bruh, that's sweet marketing, and I'll tell you for fact. Now, when it comes to photography, the pictures on here are really decent. You have got a 50 megapixel main camera plus 2 megapixel depth sensor for portrait vibes. And to the front, you've got the 8 megapixel selfie camera. Look, don't expect flagship photography on here, but for day-to-day shots, social media upload, and even some low-light pictures with Samsung processing, it holds up very well. And for videos, this device shoots on 1080p at 30 frames per second. So guys, take a look at all the images and videos I've made and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. For the battery life, it's the classic Samsung strength. You're looking at a 5000 mAh battery that can power you a whole day, and if you're a light user, you can easily stretch it past 2 days without even thinking about it. When it comes to charging, we have got a 25 watts fast charging on decks. And the good news is, in some regions, Samsung actually included a charging brick, but not inside the box. So if you're lucky, you get one, but if you're not, you'll get a 25 watts charger yourself. So whether you're doing back-to-back social media scrolling or Netflix or a long day call, the Samsung Galaxy A07 is built to keep up with our battery anxiety. Now, let's look at some daily practical use. Waking up, checking WhatsApp and emails, this device is smooth. Spotify plus Bluetooth 5.3 headphones on the bus, no issue at all. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube runs without struggle. And for casual gaming, it is solid. And the good part of it is that you can actually end your day with 20 to 30% battery life left. Bro, it's like Samsung actually designed this phone around real life Sakpa users who actually need companion for years, not just a quick fix. And for pricing, this device starts around $86, which is around 125k for the best model, and even for the max out 8GB plus 256GB of storage is about $141, which is about 205,000 naira. But for this version I have here with me, which is the 4GB RAM, 128GB storage, it goes for 164,000 naira. And with this, you'll be getting a long-term update, smooth display, solid performance, and Samsung reliability. Guys, this is easily one of the best value phones of 2025. So in conclusion, the Samsung Galaxy A07 is not a cheap phone. It's a long-term investment disguised as a budget device. While rivals like Tecno, Infinix, Itel might give you flashy specs on paper, none of them promise you 6 years of updates, solid build, and Samsung's ecosystem reliability at this price. If you're looking for a phone that can handle your daily life today and still be relevant 5 years down the line, this is the budget phone to watch out for. So, what do you think, guys? Does Samsung just change the budget game with the A07? Or are you sticking with Xiaomi, Tecno, or Infinix? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share these videos to friends, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. Till next time, bye and bye.